What's up, people? I'm Jay Avarice.
And I'm Brett.
And welcome to The Grid. You know, recently we released a video talking about how much barbecue dog shit remakes and reboots truly are. All they're doing is presenting you with crap on the screen to take your hard-earned money. However, one of our new viewers, that makes 4 if you're counting, said there are good remakes and reboots out there. Wow, I didn't know that. Actually, we did. So, right now we're talking about what the good ones actually are. And Britt, I know you like to start things off, so go ahead.
Well, it's good to see we have some organization here.
Consistency is key inside The Grid.
Apparently. Whoa. I guess the one remake that would come to mind that was, in my opinion, really good was the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Ah, yes, zombie apocalypse at its finest.
It was one of those rare cases where, obviously my opinion, but I tend to think was maybe better than the original.
Well, the first one was just all about pretty much like social satire and how we just go and consume, and we're just living at the mall like mindless zombies. Still pretty prevalent to this day, I would say, but this one was just pure fucking death. It was like, we're fucked, you're fucked,
yeah,
and that's it.
It still had that perfect balance of like humor elements and I guess typical zombie movie elements as well.
It was pretty freaky because I think that if those zombies actually really occurred in a zombie apocalypse,
zombies that hauled ass,
yeah, that ran at you like fucking furious shithouses, we're fucking dead. So that sucks. One of my favorite movies, not mentioned, it's actually a remake, is 1982's The Thing with John Carpenter directing it, and my boy,
that was a great remake.
Jack Burton, aka Kurt Russell as well, if you want to pretty much be, proper about it. But the movie's fucking awesome.
It was a very great remake. It was.
I think you can still watch that movie today and be like, wow, like the effects that they use in that. This is 1982, I believe the movie came out. It's still really holds up to this day. Even though when they made the prequel, I think only a few years ago, that was pretty decent.
Well, again, I mean, it's in the 80s, so I mean, it's obviously the original was in the 50s.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But we're still in that era in the 80s where everything wasn't just loaded with CGI.
Yeah, I mean, that was all practical effects, I mean, which I always say are way better than all the CGI crap because,
always will be.
Yeah, because your eye can tell the difference, and that's a whole other conversation. But, that movie right there, I still think holds up as probably the best remake I've ever seen. But another one that I saw a couple years ago that came out was, the original, your boy, John Wayne.
John Wayne is my boy.
Yeah, he is that. Everyone knows that. Rooster Cogburn was remade into True Grit with your boy from Tron, Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, that was actually, I didn't really, I'm not a huge into Westerns or anything. Like, I love my Good, Bad, and the Ugly, but that's really about it, I guess.
It's a good movie.
But yeah, I went to theaters when that came out. I saw it. I did see the original, and it was a great remake.
I like in the original.
Jeff Bridges did a fantastic job.
Yeah, he plays a drunk and a wackadoodle very well.
He
actually
does.
I remember in the original though, when I never saw the original, and then I saw True Grit, and like there's a part where he takes the girl and like just starts spanking the fucking shit out of her.
Well, they weren't going to put that in it.
Unfortunately not. But we did get an awesome sequence around the campfire with Jeff Bridges, the chick, and Matt Damon. That was his name in the friggin' movie.
Matt Damon?
I think his name was LaBeef, actually. But there's just
think it was.
Yeah. There's an awesome line where he's just sitting there going like, LaBeef! I'm sitting here with a young harpy and a nincompoop. Jeff Bridges makes everything fucking better.
He does.
But, I don't know, was there any other remakes that kind of come to mind real quick?
The only one that comes to mind that was recent, I know you're probably going to fucking slam me for this one, but...
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
But I actually liked the Godzilla remake.
Oh.
It wasn't the greatest monster movie I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
It wasn't the best Godzilla movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it was overall a solid movie. I know there were complaints.
It's fucking boring.
It's not.
It's 2 hours too long. And how long's the movie? About 2 hours? It's boring as fuck. They had the asshole from Kick-Ass in it who has as much fucking charisma as a wet carrot. He didn't do shit. They kill off Bryan Cranston.
That was pretty weird.
How fucking stupid are you? The guy's like one of the highest
It was really
actors.
early in the movie, too.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna die now. Dead.
But like I said, I mean, it served its purpose. Would you have liked to see more of actual Godzilla? Of course you would have. But the time, I feel like they made good use of the time that he actually was on screen.
Given the devil his due, Godzilla looked amazing. But you couldn't fucking see him in the ending fight until he breathed fucking death smoke into the
Which
thing.
was an awesome scene.
That was cool, but you
awesome.
could barely see him. And before that, Mr. fucking Kick-Ass had to ruin the scene. Made me laugh my ass before he points a fucking handgun at the gigantic muta that was there. Like a fucking flying, praying menace of death.
The whole story elements with you know, I don't honestly remember their names in the movies.
It sucks.
But Bryan Cranston and Aaron Taylor Johnson, was that his name?
Who cares?
Whatever, fuck.
I call him Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Like that whole story thing was, I guess, kind of stupid, especially considering how early they killed off the father anyway.
It went fucking nowhere. The whole movie was just like,
Yeah, so I mean, that could have been better or non-existent, frankly. But like I said, I mean, it was. I think it was pretty solid overall.
I think it was one of those movies that's a classic redirect, because the whole entire fucking time in the trailers, you just saw Godzilla all the time. I told my brother, I think I even told you, that when you go see that movie, watch, Godzilla's gonna be on screen for 10 fucking minutes. And he was, actually, 12. I was in the fucking ballpark, but excuse the hell out of me. And then they're gonna make another one, but fuck!
Enhancer column.
Thank you, John Spartan. Okay, so... obviously, remakes and reboots are still fucking happening. We just had other ones, you know, and kind of actually decent one. But is there any that you're looking forward to? Like, the first one pops into my mind is, I guess, the reboot of the Fantastic Four. What do you think about that?
Well, it can't possibly get any worse.
Well, Jessica Alba to make a convincing Invisible Woman for you?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it can't get any worse. It doesn't look bad. There's some things that don't really make sense just based off the trailer, but it... I guess looks better.
I guess so. The thing that I thought was so weird about that is when they announced the cast, everyone was flipping their shit that the Human Torch is now black. Who fucking gives a goddamn shit if what color he is?
Well, I don't give a shit that he's black, but I mean, it does. The only thing that doesn't make sense is that they're brother and sister. So why they would make one black and one white?
They seem to be changing a lot of like a bad guy to a bad man to a bad girl, or like a white guy to a black guy. It's like
yeah, they are. They're doing that a lot, and I get why, but I don't agree with it.
I think that's a conversation.
I mean, you could just make the superheroes that are actually black, make movies for them.
They should make the Black Panther white now for no reason.
They should.
Yeah, it should be played by Nicolas Cage or Keanu Reeves. But that's a conversation for another time. We hope we shed some light on some good remakes, and we're not always, you know, cynical assholes, but it's funnier when we are. I'm Jay Avarice.
And I'm Brett.
And we'll see you next time inside the grid. Peace.